Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fluent English Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Emma. How are you doing today, Alex?
I'm doing great, thanks. You know, Emma, I had an interesting experience at work yesterday that I think our listeners will relate to.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, I was in a meeting, and I wanted to disagree with my colleague's idea, but I found myself saying, "I'm sorry, but maybe we could possibly consider perhaps trying something different?"
Oh no, that's a lot of weak words in one sentence.
Exactly. And that's actually perfect for today's topic. We're talking about how to be polite in English without sounding weak or uncertain.
This is such an important topic, especially for English learners. A lot of people think that being polite means you have to be super soft and apologetic all the time.
Right. But there's a big difference between being polite and being passive. You can be respectful and confident at the same time.
Absolutely. So let's start with something a lot of English learners do, and I used to do this too when I was learning other languages. They apologize too much.
Oh, the over-apologizing. That's so common. People say, "I'm sorry for everything," even when they haven't done anything wrong.
Exactly. Like, "I'm sorry, can I ask a question?" Or, "Sorry to bother you, but could you possibly maybe help me?"
Yes, and the problem is when you apologize too much, people might think you're not confident or that you're always doing something wrong.
That's so true. So here's a better approach. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry, can I ask a question?" you can simply say, "Can I ask a question?" Or even better, "I have a question about this."
Much stronger. And you're still being polite because you're not demanding or being rude. You're just being direct.
Exactly. Direct doesn't mean rude, it means clear and confident.
Now, let's talk about disagreeing with someone. This is where a lot of people struggle. They want to be nice, so they either don't speak up at all, or they use so many soft words that their point gets lost.
Right. Like your example from the meeting, Alex. All those words like maybe, possibly, perhaps, they make you sound unsure.
Exactly. So what should I have said instead?
Well, there are some great phrases you can use. You could say, "I see your point, but I think we should try a different approach."
Oh, that's good. Or, "That's an interesting idea. Have you considered this alternative?"
Perfect. You're acknowledging their idea first, that's the polite part, but then you're confidently presenting your own view.
I love that. "I see your point, but," or "That's interesting, however," these are great transition phrases.
Yes, and another strong phrase is, "Actually, I have a different perspective on this."
Actually is such a powerful word. It's polite, but firm.
It really is. You're not saying the other person is wrong, you're just offering a different view, and you sound confident doing it.
Let's give our listeners some more practical examples. Imagine you're at a restaurant and your food is cold. A lot of people would say, "Excuse me, I'm so sorry to bother you, but my food is a little bit cold, if that's okay to mention."
Oh, that's way too apologetic. You're a paying customer, and there's a problem. You can be polite without being weak.
Right. So instead you could say, "Excuse me, my food arrived cold. Could you please warm it up for me?"
Perfect. You're stating the problem clearly and making a direct request. You used "excuse me" and "please," so you're still polite.
Exactly. The key is being clear and direct while still using polite language.
Now, let's talk about something else that's really important: saying no to people.
Oh, this is hard for so many people. They feel like they have to say yes to everything to be nice.
I know, but saying yes when you mean no is not being polite. It's being dishonest with yourself and others.
That's such a good point. And you can say no politely and firmly.
Absolutely. For example, if someone invites you to an event you can't attend, instead of making up a complicated excuse, you can just say, "Thank you for the invitation, but I won't be able to make it."
Simple and clear. You don't owe anyone a detailed explanation.
Right. Or if someone asks you to take on extra work and you're already busy, you can say, "I'd like to help, but I'm at capacity right now. I won't be able to take this on."
"I'd like to help, but," that's a great phrase. You're showing that you care, but you're also setting boundaries.
Exactly. Setting boundaries is not rude. It's healthy and professional.
And here's another one. "I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to pass this time."
Oh, Oh, I love that. I appreciate shows you value them, but I'll have to pass is a firm no.
Let's talk about making requests at work. This is another area where people often sound too weak.
Yes, like when you need information from a colleague, instead of saying, when you have time, if it's not too much trouble, could you possibly send me that report?
Way too many qualifiers. Just say, could you send me the report by Friday?
Perfect. Or even, I need the report by Friday. Can you send it to me?
You're being clear about what you need and when you need it. That's not rude, that's professional.
Exactly. And actually, being clear like this helps the other person too. They know exactly what's expected.
That's so true. Vague requests are harder to fulfill than clear ones.
Now, I want to talk about a phrase that can make you sound weak if you use it too much. I think.
Oh, interesting. Can you explain that?
Sure. When you constantly say, I think maybe we should, or I think this might be, it sounds like you're uncertain.
Right. Sometimes it's better to just state things directly. Instead of, I think we should meet on Tuesday, just say, let's meet on Tuesday, or Tuesday works best for me.
Exactly. You sound more confident and decisive.
But I think is okay sometimes, right?
Of course, when you're actually sharing an opinion or when you want to be a bit softer, it's fine. The problem is when you use it for everything.
Got it. So be aware of how often you use it.
Yes, and the same goes for maybe, possibly, kind of, and sort of. These words make everything sound uncertain.
Right. This is kind of important sounds much weaker than this is important.
Exactly. Remove those filler words and your message becomes stronger.
Let's give our listeners some more confident phrases they can use. Emma, what's a good way to start a presentation or meeting?
Instead of saying, I'm going to try to explain this, say, today I'll explain this, or let me walk you through this.
Great. And what about when you're asking for something you deserve, like a raise or promotion?
Don't say, I was wondering if maybe I could possibly talk about a raise. Instead, say, I'd like to discuss my compensation, or I'd like to schedule a time to talk about my salary.
Much stronger. You're making a clear request.
And here's one more. When someone thanks you for your work, instead of saying, oh, it was nothing, say, I'm glad I could help, or you're welcome, I was happy to do it.
Oh, that's important. When you say it was nothing, you're diminishing your own work.
Exactly. Accept compliments and recognition graciously.
Now, I want to mention something about cultural differences. In some cultures, being very direct is considered rude, while in others, it's expected.
That's so true. In American and British business culture, for example, being clear and direct is usually appreciated.
Right, but in some other cultures, you might need to be more indirect. So, know your audience.
Good point. But in general, even if you're being a bit more indirect, you can still avoid sounding weak.
Absolutely. It's all about finding the right balance for the situation.
Let's talk about tone of voice too, because that matters a lot.
Yes, you can say the exact same words in different ways, and they'll sound completely different.
Right. If you say, can you send me that report? In a confident, friendly tone, it sounds like a normal request. But if you say it in a timid, uncertain voice, it sounds weak.
So practice saying things with confidence. Even if you don't feel confident, speaking clearly and steadily makes a big difference.
Yes, stand up straight, make eye contact if you're in person, and speak at a normal volume. Don't whisper or trail off at the end of sentences.
That's great advice. Your body language and voice support your words.
Exactly. Let's do a quick recap of our key points for our listeners.
Great idea. First, stop over-apologizing. Say, I'm sorry for when you've actually done something wrong.
Second, remove weak words like maybe, possibly, kind of, and too many instances of I think.
Third, be direct and clear. Say what you mean without being rude.
Fourth, use strong transition phrases like actually, I'd prefer, I see your point but, and I appreciate that, however.
Fifth, it's okay to say no. You can do it politely and firmly.
And finally, pay attention to your tone and body language. Speak clearly and confidently.
Remember, being polite doesn't mean being weak. You can be respectful and strong at the same time.
Absolutely. Confidence and politeness go together beautifully.
We hope this episode helps you communicate more effectively in English.
Practice these phrases and strategies, and you'll notice a big difference in how people respond to you.
Thanks so much for listening to the Fluent English podcast.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!